Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for tonight's show. Sorry we're late. Billy fell asleep.
Not my fault this time.
No, it's not Billy's fault.
Some of us were late. Some of us were. Who was?
Yes, some of us were. Sam was on time, but some of us were very late. So apologies, everybody, but we are here. Stato is stuck in traffic, so he'll be a little bit longer, but he will be here. He's got some stuff to go through regarding Newcastle's opposition tomorrow, which are, Billy?
Urawa Red Diamonds.
Urawa.
Yeah.
Do you like a do many people rah-rah?
I love a rah-rah.
I mean, it was a kind of skirt, isn't it?
Rah-rah skirt? Yeah, something like that. Something to do with Jamaican dancing or something, isn't it?
Seen a few of those in your time, Billy?
80s fashion. Oh, they were very much of age in my youth.
Hang on, Billy. Well, wasn't there I'm sure there's a photo around somewhere of you in said dress.
No. What the Rara dress? No. Rara's got layers on, haven't they, Sam?
I'm
not an expert in females' fashion. Hate
yeah, right. But anyway, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Please do, as usual, hit that like button if you enjoyed tonight's show. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, actually, let's just check and see how close we are to 31,000, shall we? 12 subscribers away, guys. We are only 12 subscribers away from the magical 31,000. So please do, if you are new, please do subscribe. Free to do so. And, of course, don't forget to hit the notification bell and you will never miss an upload or a live show. You can become a member and support the channel that way by hitting the join button just underneath us. And, of course, you can donate to the channel via Super Chat, which will guarantee your comment to be read out in the show by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. Sam, have you ordered the new shirt?
Do you know what? I haven't. I know, and I had a bit of fear of missing out because I thought, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I need to check it out in person. And then I went on my lunch break to find that the women's completely sold out, just gone. So yeah, missed out. I hope they're re-released though.
Yeah, I would say, well, knowing Adidas, they'll be able to, you'll probably be able to get another one tonight or tomorrow. It's
yeah, they've been pretty awesome. What are you thinking of it?
I love it. We spoke about it on the show earlier on. I absolutely love it. I think the fact that they've gone back to the old badge, you know, I mean, brings back a lot of memories for myself and Billy, especially, you know, growing up watching Newcastle in the 80s and have that famous old badge, Billy. It's I just love it. And it was always going to be those colors, wasn't it? Because of who we're owned by. I think our third shirt is always going to have reference to that. But you know what? I love it. Von Baloo, thank you very much for your super chat. New shirt is fire.
Some breaking news on Twitter.
Do
Defensa,
I need a drum roll or anything, Billy?
Well, maybe. Defensa of whoever they are saying that we've put an 80 million euro bid in for Arda Güler from Real Madrid.
Oh.
Somebody's mentioned that in the chat. I've seen his name.
And also, Fabrizio Romano has given the "Here we go" tweet for Rory Finneran from Blackburn. So that looks on.
Yeah, that's pretty much done and dusted, that one, I think. But we heard about that a few weeks ago, didn't we? That there was a possibility of again, very much a player for the future. Absolutely. But I mean, Stato's going to be dancing around the front room naked if he hears that before he comes on. He is a big fan of Güler.
I don't know who Defensa are, but I mean, it's there. It's on Twitter. We can kind of look at him now in a transfer show.
Oh yeah,
indeed.
He was on fire during the Euros. Absolutely fantastic talent.
Listen, he is brilliant. I mean, would 80 million euros get him? I'm not so sure.
I think so.
I'm not so sure, to be honest. I am a little skeptical, I have to say, about that price tag. Billy, keep an eye on that story, though, will you, please?
I'm on it. Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, just see. Yeah, see what happens. But listen, Guila can play anywhere as far as I'm concerned. If we needed a right back, I'd play him there. He's that good. Anyway, this is the there's the women's kit, of course. Alicia Body there. What do you make of the collar, Sam?
Well, I know it's cause of much controversy, isn't it? I do like it. I'm on the fence with. I'm on the fence a bit with it. I don't suit it personally, which is why I didn't just bang and buy it straight away. I'm intrigued
What
about
do you
the
mean by you
material.
don't suit it?
I don't suit polo collars. Like, I'm sorry. I want to buy a top that I suit, like, not just piss me money up the wall. I've got to like it for wearing it all of the time.
Well, I mean, I love it. I really do. I mean, there's Joe Linton and of course Bruno. I absolutely adore it, and
I like that they've put the badge on the back as well. I think that's a really nice touch. I love the nod to history, but interwoven with the Saudi reference as well. I think it's very, very well played by Adidas. And did you see all the stuff in Japan? Like, that was crazy. The billboards and all of the lights.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This is next level marketing. This is exactly what we need to be doing in different regions around the world. So phenomenal effort.
I mean, it's all set up for a big signing of Kubo, isn't it, really? The way they're going around.
Don't you tease me with a good time.
I tell you what, the bouncing. Yogi, who's been a member for almost a year now. Thank you, Yogi, for your support. Welcome back, Paul. Hope halls were great. Loving the third kit. Yes, had a wonderful time to the point where I booked to go back again. We are going back on the 19th of July next year. Absolutely incredible. I must admit though, Sam, I did I don't know how, but I tuned into the show exactly as you were talking about middle names, and I was just sitting relaxing one night, and I thought, you know what, I'll have a little look.
Can I resist? Can you? And you had to get in at that point of all the times in the show. Of all the times.
And to be honest, Sam, I wouldn't have found out because I wouldn't have known. It was just that, about a minute before you graced us with your middle name. But there you go. I think you were very brave, to be honest. To actually.
That's how he released his, didn't he?
Are you saying it's bad, like Paul? Is that what you're saying?
I love it, Sam, to be honest. I think it's nostalgic. Very nostalgic. I sound
like an old grandma. My goodness. Somebody was in the chat when we were watching Match Day Live and was like, "Oh, Granny Norma." I was like, that cannot be a thing. No. I mean, Lady Sam, thank you, please.
To be honest, if I was you, Sam, I would have just said it's Alison or Rachel or something like that. You know what I mean? Just to, but hey, you're brave enough to come forward and say it.
We're a supportive family,
Absolutely. Well, mine's Jared.
Jared.
Or Gerard.
Jared.
Gerard. Yeah, as in Stephen. Gerard. As in Stephen. So, I don't particularly mind mine. Alex will never admit what his is because I believe he's got a lady's name for a middle name. I don't know why, but I just suggest that Alex has got a middle name of Betty or something like that. So we'll
be Leslie. Be Leslie, won't it? Something like that.
Yeah, Leslie. Yeah, like Leslie or something. Indeed. Kieran, thank you for being a member for 4 months on the channel. Is the third kit a mixture of old and new, as in the color scheme to the new part and the badge and collar to the old part? Yes, I believe it is. I really do. I really do love it. I do. I think it's nostalgic. And I ordered mine pretty much straight away. And to be honest, I got a little surprise again because I ordered it and then within half an hour it had been dispatched. I am not used to that under our old manufacturers. It is very strange to get such a good service. By the way, Fubar saying Football 365 have a story out on Guila released 3 hours ago stating the reports are coming from Spain and the bid is 67 million pounds, as in 80 euros. No links to the sources. Well, there's obviously some smoke out there, guys, isn't there? I mean, I know there's, you tend to say there's no smoke without fire. I just think that's a little bit low for a player of his of his caliber, Billy.
Unless it's sell-on fees or whatever, if you ever sell him and maybe they get a percentage. I don't know. I mean, there's ways and means around paying out such a lot of money for such a young prospect. I mean, he's more than a prospect now, isn't he? Like Sam says, he had a fantastic Euros. I can't see it happening personally, but we're being linked with him, so maybe there is some fire without smoke.
Stranger things have happened in life. Peter Garthwaite, thank you for your super chat. Luke Edwards is stating that we are close to transfer breakthrough, possibly Chow or someone out of the blue. Well, I don't think it's going to be Chow, to be honest. I think, given what his agent said last night, Sam, he was completely writing off any transfer to Newcastle United, which baffled me a little bit, considering that he was, if you believe media reports, he was on the move. What do you make of that?
I think it is a very interesting one. I don't personally believe the agent. I think they were probably just ill prepared for the moment and getting the question, because I think there's been a great deal of links. We've also heard Eddie talk about it in a non-dismissive kind of way to say that there's nothing further happened, which tells me there's been some type of move that's taken place. So I think it's just the ill-prepared agent more than anything else. I am literally with bated breath waiting for this transfer window to blow up. I'm sure many fans actually feel the same. I feel like it's been a little lackluster, and I've been hanging on to hope that things are happening behind the scenes. I think we're all just desperate to see that right winger in.
I think we have a problem on YouTube, guys. The viewers have dropped by about 400, and it is my YouTube is buffering. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but it looks like we have a problem with YouTube. I'm going to try and refresh my. Can somebody put in the chat on YouTube if you still if you can still see us? Sorry, mate.
I'll look now on the telly, on the YouTube on the telly.
Yeah, I'm just refreshing mine. Oh well, yeah, just refresh it, guys. I've refreshed it, and it seems all is well. Yeah, people saying it's buffering. Just try refreshing, guys. I've just done that myself, and it seems to have recovered. So hopefully it'll keep going. We haven't had a problem like this on YouTube for quite some time.
Looks all on the telly, to be fair.
Yeah, it seems to be back now. It looks okay for me for where I'm looking. So just if you are having issues, guys, just hit the refresh button. Reload the page, and it all should be cock-a-doodle-doo. So hopefully we'll get our viewers back once they have come through. But apparently there's a few issues with YouTube tonight. It always happens that. I mean, we've gone from 400 to 800 viewers, so I think it's back up and running. So thank you and welcome back, guys. I do apologize, but unfortunately it is well out of our magical techniques that we have. We have no control over YouTube's
Save
service.
it for your holiday, Paul.
I beg your pardon?
Your magical techniques.
Hey, you know what Shakira said. Chris Lynch, thank you for your super chat. No Euro finish is halting our transfer business. Now, obviously, we discussed about that before. Sam, me and Billy had a conversation this morning about that on the show. Do you think that is halting us? The fact that we're not in Europe, is that why it's been a little bit delayed on the transfer front?
Potentially. I think for the caliber of target that we are looking to go for, that matches our ambition, we're going to have to pay through the nose to get some real talent in. Are those talents going to be looking for Europe? Yes, absolutely. So I think it will hinder us a little bit. We obviously don't have a mandate to spearhead conversations and sell the idea of the project now. So it's just going to take some time to get people on board with it. But hopefully the likes of the Japan tour, the star players that we do have can help persuade people, as well as a nice payday.
Indeed. Johnson Street, thank you for your super chat. Isn't Antonio Silva a bigger prospect than Chow?
He's younger.
Yeah, he is younger, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Gary Dust says smoking screens from Mitchell. Well, Newcastle United like to do this, don't they? And then they just drop a sign in on us. And we all said that there was a possibility of a big signing while they were in Japan. They did it with Harvey Barnes, of course, in was it Philadelphia last year when the Eddie Howe completely denied it, and Harvey Barnes was in the next room. So you just never know. But listen, regarding Amanda, she's recently come out. I don't know whether you've seen her comments, Sam, but it was a little upsetting, really.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I believe it was a George Culkin article from The Athletic. And it basically spoke to the likes of heartbreak over having to leave the club and the fact that she believed that it was being left in very, very good hands, which was comforting to obviously hear. It obviously sounded like it was the right time, and she made references to being a very hard worker, her and Mirdad. So to be able to actually leave on a high, knowing that it was in the right hands, but thinking there's nothing else for us to do here but a bit of the left, a bit right, a bit when there's already people there to do it. So it was deemed time to move on. I thought it was interesting, the timing, because we've recently seen, I think it was the Bloomberg report on the actual worth of Newcastle United now. So it's gone from, how much did Mr. Ashley, or should I call him Voldemort, because we shouldn't speak his name, it sold us just for over, was it 300 million?
305 million, I think he was.
We're worth over $1 billion now, aren't we?
1 billion worth. Now, if our Amanda has sold her shares, she has made a very tidy profit in that. Now, the one disappointing
thing, like Mrs. Doubtfire there, but yeah,
you did. I was about to do an impression myself.
Hello, dear.
There you go. Oh, please stop. Right. Okay. I was going to say, I think for me, it was a little bit disappointing because she loves football and has hinted to an investment in another club. We have seen links to the likes of Tottenham. So
I've seen one to West Ham as well.
Yeah, I think we will see a stake in another club for sure. Football's in their veins now. She's obviously had great success with Newcastle United, so it will hurt a little bit. But I think she's definitely shown the fans the love that we've probably needed and settled nerves, because I think there was has she been pushed? Has she needed to go for financial reasons? Put all of that to bed now. She's left us in a good place, and she loves the club.
Yeah, indeed.
Here he is.
Good evening, Stato. I hope you're well, matey. Anyway, tired?
I've literally just got home. I left the house at 7 o'clock. I got home 45 seconds ago.
All right. Do you want me to play my magical mini violin for you, mate? I have it with me.
Hello. I trained the chairman of Hartwell Football Club.
Hartwell.
Yeah, the one that the Geordies started in London.
Hartwell, yeah.
Yeah, he's the chairman, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
That is cool.
By the way, we've got, I don't know whether you're aware, Alex, but there is reports coming in that Newcastle United have made an €80 million bid for Guila. Look at his eyes. I told you.
Arda Güler,
Güler, yes.
Yes.
What? Bear in mind, I have seen zero football news.
Oh, well,
today.
I mean,
zero,
listen, this is gathering pace. Paul James says, Paul, I still haven't received the PSG for it. Give me a chance. I've just come back on the holidays. I will be getting that out to you this week, though, buddy. Nick Thornton, thank you for your super chat. Much appreciated. Nick says 60 million plus 20 million in add-ons. Dismissed out of hand by Madrid in approach for Gula. No smoke without fire. And Michael McIntyre, thank you for your super chat as well. Much appreciated. It seems to be picking up pace as the show goes on, which is... I've
got my eyes on it.
Extremely exciting.
This was my pick from like last year. If we remember the show, we did a transfer show on him. And I just said, this is the kind of guy we need to be going for. It ticks superstar marquee and young. It's both. This kid's going to be ridiculous.
Well, he is ridiculous already, to be honest. But I mean, it's a little bit exciting, isn't it? And we were just saying before, Alex, the chances are Newcastle, in Japan could make a massive announcement. I mean, if it is this kid, Wow.
But I mean, people saying it's a smokescreen. If this is a smokescreen,
then who the hell have we got?
or what?
Yeah,
Jesus.
absolutely.
It's win-win, really, isn't it?
Holy cow!
Welcome back to the club, Jack Colback.
Oh my God! Dear God, those people that were erect are now flopped. Anyway, not football related. I live in Southport, and I am a big Newcastle supporter and watch your channel all the time. Can I shout out to the 3 young girls who lost their lives? Thank you. Indeed, thoughts and prayers to the families. I can't get into my head what happened yesterday. I find it astounding, to be honest, that somebody can just get up and think, yeah, I'll go and stab little innocent kids for no reason at all. It's a disgrace. I'm not actually sure what this country's become anymore. But something needs to be done, and something needs to be done very, very urgently. But that's by the by. The fact is that 3 young girls have lost their lives. There's still people in hospital, adults and kids, critical. We hope they pull through, and we, from all of us at the Toon Review, we send out our condolences to the families and hope they can get some sort of justice. Not that there will be any justice, but it's awful. It truly is awful. So our thoughts and prayers go out to those little angels. It's just so sad. It really is, especially when you're a parent and you see the things like this happening. It's awful. It really is. Yeah, there's nothing much more we can say. It's devastating. It's awful. It's horrible. We just hope they rest in peace, those poor little angels. But hopefully the other guys pull through, and we wish them well. Yvonne, thank you very much for your super chat. The Toon love ridiculous. Yeah, just been watching some highlights of Gula. Definitely better than Miggy. Yeah.
Marginally, just a smidge better.
Slightly. Could we throw in Fraser in the Gula deal just to get him gone? That would be very interesting. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Okay, that I mean, you guys feel free to jump in here, but I am not sure that Ryan Fraser would suit Real Madrid.
I mean, we would have said Hossley wouldn't have suited Real Madrid, but he has.
Let's move on. Ben says, smokescreen for Kubo. Maybe he is in Japan on holiday. Listen, don't get Sam twitching, whatever you do. Yeah. If Real are playing hardball, offer 80 million plus Miggy Wilson and Target. Again, are they really?
I don't think that's going to seal the deal.
Yeah, would Real Madrid say, yeah, we'll give you Gula, but you must include Miggy Almiron in the deal?
What they're going to do? Put Miggy on the turnstiles? No.
Yeah, no. Laura says, what would his wages be? I couldn't give a toss, Laura, to be honest.
All of them. All of the wages.
Everything. All of our money. All the clubs.
I mean, if Lloyd Kelly gets 150, then Gula gets, well.
Is he on 150? Is he really on that much?
Apparently. Well, he's a free transfer, so.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but still. That's a lot of cash, guys. That's a lot of cash. But I mean, a lot of people are saying, I can't see it. But hey, let's be honest, we're up there with the big boys now. Why can't we pull off a signing like this? And if we're talking about marquee signings, Billy Bob, then this is as marquee as you would probably ever get.
This is Billy Smart Circus type marquee, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Absolutely, yes.
If you aim for the moon and you hit the stars, who cares?
Well, I mean, there'd be a lot of circus tents in the morning for everybody waking up to the news that we'd signed Gula. Dear God.
Yeah. It would be able to camp out in.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Jeez, Chip says apparently John Sinclair's out in the Japanese pop world with Kubo.
He's been with Eddie Howe today.
He has. He got pictures with Eddie. I think he got pictures with Shoulder as well. Good on him. He's having the time of his life, John. He's
absolutely.
He's in. I mean, Japan's never really a place I've wanted to visit, to be honest.
I'd love to go. I want to go to that robot cafe and just see all the wild
I'd love
shit.
to go as well.
I don't know why I feel like that, because when I see, apparently it's incredibly friendly. It's an incredible place to go and visit. I guess language barrier might be a problem. I mean, given John's it would be a problem, Alex, because I don't speak Japanese. But given John Sinclair's Bristolian Geordie clash accent, I mean, bloody hell,
he's getting bored. To be fair,
he is. He's having a whale of a time. And good luck. Why not?
Perhaps it is Japanese what he's talking. I really think so.
Very good, Billy.
Yes.
Very good.
Of course, the first game of the tour is tomorrow morning, 11:30 kickoff. You can catch full commentary right here on Matchday Live with myself and Billy Bob. We start the show at 11:15 in the morning. Very much looking forward to it. It's my first commentary back for Newcastle United after, of course, we played Hull City. Jens, thank you very much for your super chat. Evening, friends. Just got my new home shirt on Friday. It's ridiculous. Wow. Kelly is never on 150k. Highly doubted, even as a free transfer.
Capology says otherwise.
Yeah. Do you know what? If I went to Japan, though, the first person I'd want to go and see is Mr. Miyagi. I don't know where he is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's I'm pretty sure he is American, so that might scupper that slightly.
Is Mr. Miyagi American? Don't break my heart like that, Alex. Don't.
I mean, he might be an immigrant to America, but there's a slight chance he was possibly even born there. So, I'm not Googling that, I'm afraid.
How to take away someone's, some people are saying kickoff's 11. It's not. I'm on the website now. It's definitely 11:30. So if you tune in at 11, nobody will be there.
Apparently, Mr. Miyagi's well past his Sal Boy day. Hasn't got a great look about him.
No.
Is he dead?
No. Yeah,
Is he dead? Hell's
I mean, he was old in the movies, to be fair. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know he's actually passed away, but never mind. Simcox, thank you very much for your super sticker. That's our fan in Southport, of course. Thank you very much for that. Garant says that's a Japanese insulted now. How is that insulting the Japanese? He passed away in 2005. Wow.
Yeah, we haven't insulted the Japanese ever in this channel.
Now we've
There's always time.
We have never insulted anybody on this channel, any country. Konnichiwa. Okay. Right. So Alex, you have news on what's happened to the website here? It's gone all to pot. Hang on. Urawa Red Diamonds, Alex.
I do, yes.
Yeah. Who are these? This Japanese team that we're playing.
Do you want a screen share? Would that help?
Yes, please. But what I do predict is that we will have a height advantage.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Really?
Oh man!
Hey,
I mean,
I'm only stating the obvious, guys. Listen.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
No.
I bet they'd seen photos better than ours.
By the way, Keith
right.
Lee, thank you for being a member for 17 months. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. Can I just say, when I played ice hockey, we played against Japan, and the
nation.
Yes, the nation, Alex. Japan. We're in.
Not the 80s pop band, Alex.
No. We beat them about 18-0 or something. It was one-way traffic the whole game. However, they were all very small and very fast skaters. So you'd imagine that maybe the football team was based on that. I mean, listen, I'm not. They're just not very tall, are they? On that side of the world.
Just stop when there's resistance, Paul.
There's no resistance. I have no resistance.
I know.
Anyway, Urawa Red Diamonds, Alex.
Right, so I mean, I've got Wikipedia and some research sites to do the heavy lifting for me, but very interesting club. Mitsubishi Urawa Football Club from April 92 to 1996. So Mitsubishi, the three red diamonds is of course the logo for Mitsubishi, so they've stemmed from Mitsubishi. There's a lot of that in throughout the leagues. Yeah. They are most recently the AFC Champions League title holders in 2022. So they won the lot. You can't win any more really, than the Champions League in the region of the world that you're in. And they did it. So, yeah, well done. And that was pretty recently as well, to be fair. They are the joint record holders for the most Emperor's Cup titles with 8, and they've also participated in 3 FIFA Club World Cups. I'm not sure participation is as impressive. We should probably lean on the fact that they've won 3 Asian Champions Leagues. But yeah, really, really cool. In terms of the players, there are a few interesting ones, Paul, and they are not small. Samuel Gustafsson is their Swedish maestro midfielder.
Yeah, there you go. He's that's a Japanese name whenever you're going to see one, isn't it?
Well, we'll get to it. There are some taller Japanese players in this squad.
I'm talking about the Japanese players, not the foreign people.
So Samuel Gustafsson is this guy. He's a 29-year-old midfielder, 6'1", 2 goals, 3 assists so far this season.
Jack Colback's
If I
twin
scroll
brother, by the
down,
way.
he has data. So he's played. I'm not sure. I think me and Billy struggled with this the other day when we were recording the Patreon. We don't know why he has data, but he has some from somewhere.
And
530 minutes.
Yeah, Big 5 league data, more to the point.
Don't know why. So his progressive passes numbers, by the way, are absolutely redonkulous. 11. That's absurd. So he basically is just standing in the middle of the park, untouched, and just sprays the ball forwards and about, it would seem. Fairly uncontested. And he actually profiles a little bit like Billy Gilmore. You've got Koke on this list as well. So it's quite interesting. Jorginho's on there too. And he's had his career in various places. Sweden, Serie B, Serie A. And then he's taken a little hit with the Japanese league. So again, not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. You also have their club captain, Atsuki Ito, who is he's 6 foot plus, and he's Japanese, and he's their captain. So, and he's also not a bad player. I've seen some highlights of him. Fine, I've only watched some YouTube highlights, but he's a defensive midfielder that wears the number 3 and scores goals and assists them. So it's a really strange mashup of things. But arrives late in the box. He reminds me a little bit of a Scott McTominay kind of arrives late in the box and scores and assists and makes things happen. He's got a really, really good slide tackle as well. The last ditch hook slide tackle. No, Billy, because I called it something else.
Why did he just giggle like that?
Because Stato called it something else on the Patreon podcast.
I called it a reach around slide tackle, which set Billy off, of course.
Dear God.
When we did the Patreon.
Yeah, Sam, you know exactly what that is, so we'll just move on.
Be out of it.
You can tell by your face. I'm not stupid.
We don't have any data for this guy, but he's not a bad player. He's physical, he's aggressive, he's got an eye for goal, and he's 6 foot as well. It does say 5'11" and a half, but I feel like we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll say 6 foot.
That's not 6 foot, Alex.
We always round up on FBref. It's fine. They also have somebody from Brazil. They have a Brazilian number 9, Thiago Santana. He is quite impressive, to be fair. Do I still have a thing open for him? Yes, I do. He looks a bit different there. That was a younger version of him. He is over 6 foot.
Bloody hell, he's aged about... How much has he aged since those photos were taken?
To be fair, I've watched some highlights of him. Not bad. Left-footed goals, right-footed goals, physicality, pace, diving headers, leaning away from goal headers, little bit of Salomon Rondon about him, tiny bit, smidge. Quite interesting to watch, actually. They've got a nice blend of players. He is 31, so he's in the twilight of his career, but 10 goals, 3 assists. He was in the J1 team of the season a couple of years ago as well, so he's definitely up there. He was in the J1 team of the season for S-Pulse. So he used to play for S-Pulse in the Japanese league. He has since moved to a different team, to the Urawa Red Reds. That's really difficult to say fast. Challenge anyone.
Why don't we just call them the Red Diamonds and get on?
Mitsubishi Red Diamonds. There you go.
Yeah.
So he's played in Serie A, Serie A in Brazil, and then the Primeira Liga in the first league in Portugal. So a reasonable career. He got to 27 in Portugal and went, you know what? I'm going to go to Japan. And I mean, he's done all right. He's probably on okay wages, and he's not a bad player at all. In terms of the actual club and how they're doing right now, They are managed by a Norwegian guy, and they've got a nice spread of coaching staff as well. They're not having the best season. They are mid-table.
So are they currently in their season now, Alex?
They are currently halfway through their season. The Japanese league finishes in December the 8th, roughly. So they play 38 matches, the same as us. They have recently changed back to a 20-team league with the bottom 3 getting relegated. So nice and easy to get into if you're a foreigner. It's quite standard to the Premier League. It's very similar. But they are halfway through their season. 9 wins, 9 losses, 6 draws. Recent run of form. If we scroll down and have a look at their recent form, 2 wins in the last page. One was because the opposition got a red card, potentially. And then they played Jubilo Iwata, which I'm pretty sure used to be in the 2nd division as well. So, yeah, not great. But the Japanese league is a load of fun. They did manage to get a draw against Vissel Kobe. Of course, they're their last season's champions. And it's bonkers. There's some fun facts about the J1 league, Paul. It was
wasn't that the first breakaway league from Asia, wasn't it, when Lineker and that went there? Can you remember that, Billy? It kicked off like the Chinese had done in the past.
Leonardo, people like that went over.
Yeah, they took some of the big names, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, I haven't personally watched the J League for about 3 or 4 years now. I was interested in it when Iniesta first went there. I watched a few games. I was quite nerdy about it. It was fun. I haven't watched it recently, although I did do a Football Manager save on a team in Division 3. But I haven't got them up to the J1 League yet. But that's kind of irrelevant. Yokohama FM, who are a position under them in the league, they've just sacked Harry Kuehl.
We've got him Saturday as well.
Yeah, so they've just sacked Harry Kuehl and they've got a caretaker in charge. So
not bad for a radio station.
So very odd, but really, really interesting team. No pushovers by any means of the imagination. It depends if they go strong. They're mid-season. Does it say when their next fixture is competitive? Yeah, so their next fixture is not till the 7th of August, but that is a J1 League game. So this is kind of a break. They've got a little mid-season break of about, 3 weeks-ish? Yeah, 17 days? So they're sticking us in the middle of that little break. Potentially, I don't know if this is some kind of Asian international break or if it's for the Olympics or this is a regular thing. I didn't have enough time to figure that out. But yeah, no pushovers. We've got to be careful because they've got a few decent players, physicality, experience. We're not just going to be able to bully them.
The fact that the mid-season, I mean, their fitness is going to be extremely high. We're still obviously, we've played one pre-season game, one behind closed doors. It's difficult. Trolls, thank you very much for your super chat. Let's hope we win with a margin tomorrow. Foxy says that they sacked Kyo because Yokohama FM lost the AFC Champions League final to Hernan Crespo's Al Ain. Poor run of form since.
Funny, the managers around in these places is so funny. Go and check the Indian leagues as well. Some of the names in management is funny.
What? Nothing wrong with that. You can say the Indian leagues without.
What's wrong with the Indian leagues, Paul?
Oh, Billy, don't sit there all diplomatic. Don't sit there all diplomatic and say, "Oh, you can't." No, you can say that without saying anything. Give our.
Pretty sure Pires played there and then became a player manager for a while.
Well, didn't who's that? Well, I currently look like him at the moment. Phil somebody went out and managed there.
McCracken.
Not you're funny, Billy. Wow, that got Alex very quickly there. What's his name, man? The tanned manager. He always
Phil Brown.
Phil Brown, that's him. Yeah,
she's got that straight away, really, shouldn't we?
Well, yeah, he went out there. I don't know whether he's still there, to be honest. But there you go. As for Newcastle, guys, Sam, we'll start with you. Obviously, he hasn't taken a lot of the youngsters with him. So it is going to be 2 reasonably strong sides, I guess, that he plays in these friendlies. So, I mean, this friendly is obviously to generate a lot of money, this tour as well. So have lessons been learned from Australia, do you think? And he's going to put 2 very strong sides out with it being the start of the season. He needs his team ready to go.
We can only hope because I cannot sit through the Australian game.
Oh,
a repeat of that would be an absolute killer. I think the one against Tottenham, fine, totally acceptable. Little bit of a showcase. We need to go big or go home with this one. So really looking forward to it. I hope we do put a strengthened squad out there and put on a show and show what we can do. So yes, I think the lads will be up for it. I think the tactics will be right, and I think this is a game that we could win.
Well, this is the travelling squad. I mean, obviously six. Is it 5 or 6, Billy? We still haven't worked that out. How many goalkeepers?
We're not sure if that's Max Thompson or the defender Thompson that plays.
Well, I mean, there's 2 Thompsons, so
yeah.
Which Thompson is it?
I generally think we've took 6. Just there was a picture of the goalkeepers, and I'm sure there was 6 of them. They'd started their training session before the other players came on, and I am sure there was 6, which I find astounding that we've taken 6 goalkeepers.
They should all be confident if they're training before the other players start taking shots at them anyway.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there were some good performances at Hull, but there is some names in there. There's a couple of youngsters that I'm really excited to see. Sanusi's one of them. This kid can play.
He was okay the other day, but I think we made too many changes all at once, and we didn't quite get to see what he could do. One thing to maybe note, obviously, we've signed Rory Finneran today. Do we think he's going to go join up with this team, or is it way too early?
I think it's too early.
I don't think we fly him out.
Yeah, he's the under-17 captain, so he's pretty well for Ireland.
It's only verbally agreed, isn't it? Deal in principle. So they've nicely signed, has it?
Yeah, but it's been Romano'd, so it's 99% done. So we'll wait for the official confirmation, but
I'm pretty sure. Having said that, you look at the names there. Alfie Harrison's there, of course, which I really want to see him. We haven't seen much of him, obviously, around the first team since he came from Man City. But, big things have been said. And, obviously, he's trained a lot with the Manchester City first team before he came to us. So I'd like to see him involved at some point as well, Sam.
Yeah, 100%. I have been really looking forward to seeing what he can do. We know that he's been training around the first team as well, and he's quite similar in regards to quite similar to Gordon in the fact that he's very ambitious. He knows what he wants to do. He left Man City, although he'd been training with the first team, because he wanted a route to the first team. So I think it's going to be fantastic to see what he's going to be able to offer, and I think it's been really encouraging actually to see how much we're actually strengthening the academy as well. I think it's been great to see. If only we could strengthen in our transfer window as well, then we'd be set.
It would be nice. Tom says, don't always bank on Romano. Remember João Pedro.
That was one
player.
Can I just mention as well?
I knew somebody would mention it, though.
Shout out to Jamie Miley. I'm interested in watching more Jamie Miley because I thought he was really good against Hull. And he started. So he's obviously a little bit more in front in Eddie Howe's mind. And I'm really interested to see some more of Jamal Lewis to see if we think he's going to be good enough to stick around and fill that slot that Target is just never available for.
Yeah. What did you think of Eddie Howe's comments about Lloyd Kelly, Alex?
What did he say?
That he's still the fact that he hasn't been involved in pre-season yet because he's still getting used to the intense training.
Yeah, that's fine. I get that. I'm fine. The fact that Anthony Gordon and Lewis Hall have both come out and gone, I was fit, but I wasn't Newcastle fit. The fact that 2 very fit young men have said that, I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Just let people train and get up to speed. Because obviously what the manager demands from the team is on another level to what the way that a lot of other teams play. And Lloyd Kelly's come from a Bournemouth team where he was injured in and out for a lot.
Well, Niles just said he was injured when we signed him. Well, he'd come back from an injury, hadn't he?
I would much rather we take this nice and slow, and we've got as many bodies available for the start of the season. We want to get to December where we've got some rotation options. We're not absolutely battered. Like we need to be more careful this season.
Now, the news on Callum Wilson, Billy, 5 games he'll miss, including the first one of the Premier League season against Southampton.
Yeah, I mean, he's had an operation in his back, and that's hopefully going to cure his injury woes. That's what we're kind of hoping for. I don't think we'll be selling in this summer window, if I'm perfectly honest. I think Eddie Howe wants to keep him. And if he's not fit by the end of the window, I don't see anyone signing him. So He'll be our number 2 choice, maybe number 3 if we can sign someone in between. But yeah,
it's a strange one for me. I genuinely think we'll still bring a striker in, whether it's a household name or it's someone to cover, because I can't see us going into the season again, Sam, with 2 strikers, especially knowing what's happened with Wilson and Isak in the past, because Isak himself, he's had a run of injuries as well.
Absolutely. It would be foolish and very dangerous, very, very risky for us as well. I don't think we can hide behind the fact of, we don't have the Champions League to put on, fixture congestion that we're sort of tiring out our strikers. We can't rely on that. We need 3 strikers at a fantastic level who are not going to get injured. So it's just a position that I think that we need to be very carefully considering filling this window.
I think that's unfair, though, asking for three fantastic strikers.
No, to be honest, Alex, I did say that maybe somebody that comes in, like that guy we were linked to, Ossie, or someone from Sheffield United. He's played 24.
Well, we've got he's on the list.
Yeah, 24 games.
I've got a question for you. Which 3 players play centre forward for Man City?
Yeah, they've only got the one, really, haven't they?
Well, they've only got Haaland, yeah.
Well, and Alvarez.
Well, Alvarez, but he
plays a lot wide, doesn't he, as well?
And then who's after that?
They haven't got one. They just play Foden or someone else, don't they? As a false 9.
Yeah, but Alex, that's Manchester. Yeah, but it is Manchester City, though.
And they didn't have a 9 for years. They've had 3 or 4 years without a number 9.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Arsenal?
Yeah, they haven't really got one apart from Jesus, have they?
Jesus and Nketiah. There you go. There's 2.
Do you think that we don't need a 3rd striker then?
I'm not saying that we don't, but I'm saying that it's
we haven't had
the
but Arsenal and Man City haven't had injuries to both, centre forwards. They've stayed reasonably fit.
Jesus has been pretty injury.
Yeah, but we haven't got like a Havertz to come in or anyone like that, really, have we? I mean, we've got Anthony Gordon there, but
Joelinton could probably go back up there.
We've seen a few times last season then when both were missing, we were struggling. I don't want that to happen again.
As well. Man City have got world-class players in every single position, where we haven't got that yet. But I get that it'd be lovely to have a young striker who can push, but who's willing to join if they think they're third fiddle?
It's going to be a youngster, isn't it? It's not going to be
a youngster looking for development. And I'm not talking about like having 3 elite strikers or anything, but I think in a fair ordering based on skill, I think is what we require to give us that depth and rotation, because we have been injury plagued, and I don't think, despite having bunts now within the management team, I don't think we can take the risk for this season.
Interesting.
And by the way, guys, I'm not saying that's my opinion. I'm literally just playing.
No, it's a very good point to make.
People in the chat think that that's my opinion. I think, we could definitely do with a proper. I don't like the idea of Murphy going up front for half an hour. It's funny, but it's not the answer, is it?
Let's all have a giggle.
Yeah, well, it's a very good point. It's a very good talking point, because at this stage, I think that's probably who Newcastle United are looking at when you get linked with that kid yesterday. Somebody with potential, who can train every day with the likes of Isak and Wilson, if fit. So think of how good they could be, learning from not just Eddie Howe and his team, but obviously somebody like Isak. It's a fantastic opportunity for a youngster to come in, and that's maybe why we're looking at the Sheffield United kid.
Do you want to have a quick look at him?
Well, are we doing them on a transfer show, Alex?
Well, we can, or we can just have a quick look at him. It's up to you.
Yeah, we'll leave it for a transfer show, because I want to have an in-depth look at him, because
there isn't an in-depth look at him.
No, but the reports kind of were pretty damning on him yesterday, saying, he's played 24 games, he hasn't scored or an assist.
Yeah, because everybody just opened FBref and went, oh,
yeah, I think it's
pretty
harsh.
Because he was playing in. Let's not forget just how awful Sheffield United were last season.
Exactly. We said this morning, Billy, didn't we? It's very hard for any striker to get a hold of the football. By the way, Peter McCardle makes a point as well. West Ham in talks with Fulkrug. What a signing that could be for them.
I mean, he's not going to come here as a second choice or third choice, so he'll be their first choice because obviously he's better than Antonio.
Yeah.
But Osula's scored in all of his last 3 games.
Against
International under-21s and for 2 club friendlies as well. It's York and Chesterfield.
Is he English? Is he English, Tasso?
No, he's not. He's Danish.
Yeah, Denmark under-21s. He scored 2 goals in a 3-3 draw, and then he scored in both preseason friendlies as well. He's got all the right characteristics in terms of his, but we'll do it in a transfer show. But don't let that fool you just based on the Sheffield
that's what I mean.
United's
It
end to the
just sort
season.
of wrote him off completely. Jens, thank you for a super chat. Isak problem has been from the national team regarding his injuries. Yeah, I guess so. I guess international duties caused a few problem. Mark says, how proud must the Miley's dad be? Oh, well, it's just like, you know, Sean Longstaff, my old ice hockey mucker. He's obviously not Sean, David. Proud of Sean and Matty. You know, it must be fantastic feeling to, you know, normally you don't find that. You find one possibly gets further than the other, but Jamie's coming on really well now. You know, obviously Lewis made a statement last season coming in and doing so well. And Jamie Mighty could well, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the game. Did he play on against Hull?
Yeah,
he was fantastic. Well. He started. It was him and Lewis Hall as a double pivot, and he was really solid, to be fair to him.
Oh, that's interesting. Francisco says, how about doing what Sheffield United did and sign Brereton Diaz on loan?
He's gone to Southampton today.
Oh, has he?
Oh, dear. What a shame.
You're such a cocky bastard, Alex.
I don't want him. Absolutely not.
They want mullets at Newcastle United. Them days are well gone.
By the way, Alex, why will you not reveal your middle name?
This is personal.
That's a strange middle name to have. Personal. Alex Personal Walker.
Shit.
Exactly.
So your middle name is personal from now on. You know, I revealed mine.
Percy for short.
Percy, yeah. Percy. Alex, are you not telling us because you have a feminine middle name?
No, I'm not telling people because there are trolls out there in the world, and I don't want to disclose my private information to people because some people are assholes. So
you really give a shit about what the trolls would say
about
a middle name?
It's safety. So I'd rather not.
It's definitely a feminine one, then. Definitely. Well, there you go. Matt says, who's the young Brazilian banging all the goals in?
There's quite a few of them. You're going to have to be more specific.
Yeah, there is a lot, without a shadow of a doubt. Ray says we're not speculating on his middle name. Francisco says, go get Jimenez. Didn't Lewis Miley say his younger brother was probably better than him? He did actually say that in an interview, yes. I mean, look, if he's better than Lewis, then wow. I mean, we've got 2 really, really talented players for the future, undoubtedly. Now, tomorrow, Sam, there is a massive influx of Newcastle United fans who've made the trip to Japan. That's not forgetting all the Japanese supporters that are already out there. Of course, we are followed quite well in Japan. So the atmosphere is going to be loud there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for not only a great game of football, but actually to showcase the fans over there who really deserve to see the team. They deserve to see a really fantastic match, and I think it's time to right some wrongs from Australia. So I want to see the lads pull out the bag and give the fans something to shout about. It should be fantastic.
Yeah. What side are you expecting tomorrow, Billy?
Oh, fairly strong. I don't think Bruno will start. I think it'd be quite similar to the one we saw against Hull. Mm-hmm. I think Bruno may come on the sub and start Saturday.
Interesting. Is this your predicted lineup, Alex?
No, this was as we were messing around when we were live, as all the subs came on.
Right.
So
I mean, that's
Jamal Lewis, Burn, Kraft. Who's the right back? Where's Livramento gone? There he is. And then Lewis Hall started there. And then it was Jamie Miley, so that was how we lined up there. And then it was Isak up top. Joe Linton was there-ish. Jacob Murphy. So that was kind of how we lined up. Although that was Barnes. Yeah, I was going to say I felt a bit short there. Yeah, it kind of looked a bit like that
Mhm.
in build-up, and then Hall was kind of sitting in that pocket and absolutely spraying balls out to Jacob Murphy, and Hall was doing what Bruno normally does around the edge of the penalty area and just pulling strings. He was ridiculous. He was fantastic. Jamie Miley was being very careful and marshalling and getting stuck in, and then Joe Linton was occasionally marauding forward but left-sided. So it wasn't that at all. It wasn't our typical shape. It looked very much like these two were in a flat pair, and Joe Linton was just kind of doing things. And then out of possession, we were dropping into Jamie Marley was covering Murphy. We were dropping into a 4-5-1. We were doing that, where Isak was just kind of wandering around pretending to press. And we would sit in this kind of shape, and it worked pretty well. The counters were pretty good as well, because Hull was very good at picking his head up and playing a decent pass. And to be fair, Emil Kraft had some fantastic passing range.
Yeah, he did.
Hull. It was pretty impressive. I was shocked. It was really balanced. Barnes
He's
was
obviously
good.
been taking lessons from Fabian Schär, hasn't he?
So
Hall and Lewis were swapping as well, weren't they, Sato? It was a fluid.
Yeah, they had a few situations where they did a bit of that, where I think Joe Linton dropped a bit, and then Jamal Lewis kind of went left side. It was all a bit. It didn't work as well. I thought. I thought they were much more balanced when Jamal Lewis was an out and out left back, and Hall was doing midfield things. But then because Lewis Hall is trained as a left back now as well, he was fantastic as cover. So it worked so well. Him as a left-sided midfielder is going to be so valuable to us because he knows how to also cover the space properly, because he knows both positions. I think this kid's going to be so good. In terms of rotation, though, I mean, this is what started. Would you want to change to this?
Well, it could be a very similar starting lineup that he plays tomorrow, and then maybe change it up a bit more on. Do
we think Bruno gets on
Saturday?
Potentially starts?
He'll get at some point. Definitely, he'll definitely get some minutes, but I think we'll definitely start Saturday.
Would we start Nick Pope?
Maybe change the goalkeeper. Yeah,
I think Chakademus and Plies will start tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe
Oddie starts. He looked all right, to be fair. He made a decent stop. Although Nick Pope made an absolute world-class save, by the way, at point-blank range.
I saw that.
Maybe Ashby for Livermore, potentially. Give him a game. He needs time as well, doesn't he?
Who? Harrison Ashby.
He's out there, isn't he? So we'll probably get some minutes at some point.
I haven't even made him there he is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Ashby for Livermore, possibly. Lloyd Kelly probably not fit enough to start yet, so it will most likely be down Burn.
Miggy might get a start tomorrow, guys.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. Where is he? I don't even... Oh, there he is. Maybe Miggy.
If he plays a double pivot, he might play him as a 10, mightn't he?
He could.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
We don't want to see that.
Well, maybe you should put him in the
I mean, I'm waiting now. I can almost hear the 5 people in chat typing, but he played really well as a 10 in America. Yeah, no,
but he runs around a lot.
Yeah.
Karia, thank you for being a member for 30 months. That's incredible. Thank you very much. Rumors we have placed a bid for Gula for Real Madrid. Smile now, Paul. Hey, I tell you what. Look, if that becomes official later on, we'll go live. There's a promise for you. So we'll wait and see on that one. But before we finish, guys, I just wanted to get your 3 opinions on the rumors about Mr. Bruce taking the Jamaican job. Now, obviously, we
have reached out to the Jamaican Observer. So
yes, thank you, Alex. Now, there was a lot of banter in our WhatsApp chat regarding cool run-ins and things like that. And I mean, Sam, is Steve Bruce the man to take Jamaica to World Cup glory?
No. No, he can't even take them to KFC. No, I don't know what
I'm
he's
sure
doing.
he would take them to KFC quicker than he'd get a win out of them, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? I think he needs to just crawl under a rock and just stop what he's doing. I just feel sorry for Jamaica. It's a no from me. Like, I mean, they need to kick on, improve, help themselves, and Steve Bruce is the choice.
When he does his first,
definitely not going to go back, is he?
Well, very true. But the first man on his he'll sit there for the press conference announcing his first squad, and his first name will be Usain Bolt. You're guaranteed he makes some sort of hash of something.
It's just disrespectful.
A lot of that,
It's just
Probably not. No.
blunderous. I mean, it'll be hilarious. It'll be so funny. So yeah.
Don't
By
we
the
have a
way,
player that's got
I
dual
I
nationality?
didn't deliberately mention Hash and Jamaica in the same sentence there, by the way. I just sort of it rolled off the anyway.
I'm pretty sure someone in our team has dual nationality with Jamaica, and I can't remember who it is. Is it Hayden? It might be Isaac Hayden. I might be making that up entirely.
Is
No,
he
it is. It is. I was right. There you go. I'll be fantastic at that quiz question.
Yes, you was.
He might call up Isaac Hayden because he's not capped for England.
That's a very good point.
He's only capped for England up until U21s. He could theoretically play for Jamaica.
He could be Jamaica's new captain.
Mm.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Well, it's getting worse for the poor old Jamaicans, ain't it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they'll be
Isaac Hayden's middle name is Scott, by the way.
they'll be crying into the beer cans tonight. There's no doubt about it.
How is the beer can, by the way?
Somebody mentioned beer can. That's Steve Bruce's first job when he lands, isn't it? Beer
Put it this
can
way,
stand
he
with-
won't need any excuses to get the munchies over there.
Absolutely. Seattle Geordie, thanks for being a member of the channel for 30 months. Bruce is the man to take Greg's to Jamaica. Yeah.
You leave Greg's here. It's a national treasure.
That's very true. But there you go, guys. That is it for tonight's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I say, me and Billy will be back at 11:15 in the morning for Matchday live commentary of the Mitsubishi Red Diamonds against Newcastle United. What team will we put out? We will know by the time we start the show. So join us for full commentary on the game. Even if you're watching it, join us. Follow the game with us right here on the Toon Review. And I'm sure we'll have a good laugh at the same time.
We will have a good laugh. There'll be plenty of females watching, I imagine.
Why?
Oh, there's going to be Japs eyes left, right, and centre, ain't there?
Oh. Tell me he didn't.
We
just say that.
apologise for Billy's comment.
Tell me. Well, if it's any consolation, guys, we went from needing 12 subscribers at the start of the show. We now need 14.
20.
So we've lost 2 subscribers during the show.
Paul, you change colour.
One in Hiroshima and one in Nagasaki.
No. Oh my God.
Oh God, we're flatlining. Can somebody end the show?
Holy shit. Oh, good God. Why do we end up like this because of fucking Trey? Honestly, just about to end the show, as normal, and then, you.
But like, subscribe, and vote, everybody.
Yes, please. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Please don't unsubscribe. It's just a bit of banter. We are the channel known for the banter. You've got to have a laugh at times. Yeah, well, yes, him in the bottom corner most of the time, yeah. But you know what? Hey, if you can't have a bit of banter and you're serious all the time, it makes for a bit of a boring watch, I tell you. But thank you very much for everyone for the super chats and memberships. Thank you, mods. Thank you to Alex and Sam. I'm not going to say thank you to Billy because he's a twat. No, seriously, thank you, Billy. And thank you to all yous for watching. We hope you've had a laugh as well as a little bit of an insight into the team we're playing tomorrow. So it should be a great game. So join us at 11:15 for Matchday Live. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, folks, and we will see you soon. Good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check on some green. So much trouble, make my day.